Whoop to motherfucking whoop, guys. You already know this is the one and only Miss Juggalette. And this is for topic of the week, number 10. And it is what brings you pleasure and what brings you happiness. Now, for anybody who says anything, yes, I know I look like shit right now. It is almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and I am awake again and doing the topic and then going right back to fucking sleep because my painkillers are kicking my ass. I hurt my arm on Saturday, hairline fractured my arm, and, uh, popped something out of place, which they popped back. But yeah. So they had me on painkillers, and, I'm just whatever. It's kicking my ass and keeping me sleeping. But, anyways, this topic of the week is what brings you pleasure and what brings you happiness. Ow! Now, I'm going to start with the pleasure thing. There is two forms of pleasure. Pleasure within the heart and pleasure to the body. Now, if we're talking pleasure to the body, those things I'd kind of like to keep to myself because, those are between me and a certain person. So, of course, physical pleasure, sex is a big thing. Just summing it all up, sex, something physical. Also, though, something that gives me pleasure in my heart is being able to help somebody that needs it most. It gives me pleasure to know that I am helping somebody who's less fortunate. It gives me pleasure in knowing that my career choice that I have planned for myself is going to help children that were just like me, that felt like they'd never had anybody there. It gives me pleasure knowing that when I am in the career that I have chosen, that I could make a child that felt like what I did feel like there's actually somebody that loves and cares for them. It gives me pleasure being there for my friends when they need me, basically helping somebody in need. Happiness, on the other hand, happiness, it gives me happiness knowing that I have such great friends and such great family. It gives me happiness knowing that I have the Juggalo family behind me, and that, there is other people that are like me that feel like a little bit out of place and feel like they have nowhere else to belong, that found something like the carnival. I see happiness every time that I see happiness every time that I write whoop whoop. I see happiness every time I see one of my friends smile because I told a joke to them. I see happiness when I get a letter or a note from somebody on YouTube telling me that one of my videos inspired them or made them feel better about themselves. And you know what? Sappy alert. So anybody that, doesn't like the whole sappiness, can cut the video short. But it gives me happiness every time I look at Spike. It brings me happiness every time that, he tells me that he loves me. I don't know, just simple things sometimes make you the most happy. And some of the most selfless deeds bring you pleasure. At least that's how I see it. Now, I do agree with Master Creature that there is two different things between pleasure and happiness. I personally think that pleasure can also be a selfless act. I also believe that pleasure doesn't have to necessarily be something that brings you joy. It can be something that brings others joy, in return gives you a kind of feeling of satisfaction, which in reality, isn't that what pleasure is? Pleasure is getting satisfaction. And I believe that, helping others gives that sort of satisfaction, therefore gives that sense of pleasure. But that's just my take on it. I hope I did this topic of the week right. Um, if not, sorry. But I'm gonna get going, guys. Much motherfucking wicked clone love. And don't forget to always keep it wicked. Later, guys.